if you're an agent closing 10, 15, even 20 deals a year, and you feel stuck, a little burnt out, overworked, having a really hard time gaining traction and growing in your business, then this video is for you. It's not the market, it's not the broker, it's not even your lead sources. It's what we call the growth trap. There's three things that keep agents stuck. And I'm going to get into those in a minute. But before I do, I've been listing and selling 60 plus homes a year for over a decade. Everything I'm going to share with you and do share on this channel is evidence-based. I've personally used it, tracked it, tested it, so I know that it didn't just work once, it worked at a high level for years and years and years. It's not stuff I've just done personally. I've masterminded with other top agents across the country. I teach it to my team. So I've seen this system not just work for me, but it's worked for others. And this system is a collaboration. It's not something I came up with on my own. I've had great mentors and coaches. I've had great mastermind role play partners over the years. And everything we teach is an accumulation of all those things we've learned to make sure we're using evidence-based strategies that really work, and best of all, don't cost you anything. We're not trying to sell you some monthly subscription that's going to take money out of your pocket. So let's get into what we call the growth trap. I wrote down three things that keeps agents stuck. And these are good agents. These aren't rookies who don't know what they're doing. These are good agents who know how to provide great service, who know how to work their way around a deal, who know how to negotiate. We're not talking about the basics. They're just stuck. They want to grow to 30, 40, 50 deals a year, and they're not quite sure how. They're exhausted, right? So the first thing I wrote down in the growth trap is what I call lead addiction. You're playing defense. Anybody that raises their hand, you have to react to, whether it's a buyer or seller, 6 o'clock on a Friday, church time on Sunday, whatever it is, you're dropping everything you're doing and you're chasing that lead, whether it's a call, an appointment, or whatever. You're stopping, you're taking your presence away from whatever it was that you're doing and chasing the lead. That type of knee-jerk reaction to a business, yes, can produce a short-term result, but cannot build stability or systems that generate proven duplicatable results. That's the first thing I see in agents who are getting stuck in that 15 deal a year range. I'm going to get into the answer in a minute, but I really want to go through these stages of where agents get stuck so that you can identify which one's yours, or maybe all of them, right? And then once you have an honest evaluation conversation with yourself, you can start to plan on next steps. Second thing I wrote down is time poverty. Your calendar is filled with $10, $15 an hour tasks that's preventing you from doing the $500, $700, $1,000 an hour tasks that are critical to growing and maintaining a business. So you're chasing leads, number one. Two, you're doing every single task on your own. You're trying to be your customer service rep. You're trying to be the accountant. You're trying to be the salesperson, the showing agent, the closing specialist. You're trying to do it all. The admin specialist. You're trying to do everything on your own. And part of it is because you don't know. Some agents don't know where to turn, and part of it is because some agents think they do everything better than everyone else. What I can tell you for 1,000% sure is there are people on my team that do things better than I do at their given task. When I get involved, I'm just getting in the way. I'm not providing the service at the same level. And when I'm in my sweet spot, doing the things that I'm aligned with, other members on my team can't do it at the level I can, right? So when everybody's in the right spot, the right seat on a team, and they're all doing their job well, that gives everyone the support they need to grow and create tremendous results, not only personally, but as a team as well. So the agent taking their ego out and at least allowing others to help at something that they might be at least just as good, maybe even better, is a key piece that slows agents down. The last thing I wrote down is the lone wolf syndrome. Again, trying to do every single piece of the transaction themselves versus trusting others. That lone wolf syndrome that I just described really slows agents down. So now that we know the pitfalls, take a minute, pause the video, think about which one you're suffering from. Listen, if we're going to be honest, if you're not struggling with any of those things that I just wrote down, you would be doing more than 15 deals. Something is holding you back, right? If you're working if this is a job for you and you're putting a good 40 hours a week in, give or take, and you're stuck at 15 deals a year, something is wrong, right? And if we're doing it to be honest, identifying it can help us make a change. So now I wrote down how to deal with these three growth stoppers, right? The first one, let's go back to that lead addiction. We're going to stop playing defense and we're going to start playing offense. So how do we do that? Right? One is you need a consistent lead generation system, right? When you know you do X, Y, Z every day and it produces ABC results, you don't have to chase everything that comes across your desk. In fact, you have a time set up for addressing the leads a day, and you're confident that you know you can address those things during that time. So that's the first piece, creating enough business for yourself that you don't have to chase. The second piece that goes right with it is pre-qualifying. When you have a pre-qualification system in place for your business, now you're not just rushing and chasing, you're going on appointments on your terms and on your standards. And if that lead, if that prospect, if that person, client, however you want to call it, is not in alignment with how you do business, you're very clear, professional in how you outline that, and it's not aligned, you don't have to go work with them. And you're okay with that because you have other people who want to work with you. They see the value that you offer the marketplace, and they are excited to work with you the way you work. They don't want to tell you how to work. They're hiring you for your systems and process. This is a very powerful thing and a piece a lot of agents get stuck with because they're so afraid that they're going to lose that deal. And chasing that deal that's wrong for them is preventing them from building all the systems and the consistency that they're lacking. The second piece, the time poverty. I'm gonna circle back to finding the right people, because these are tasks that you can't just hire anyone to do. After all, you want a great service for your clients. So having the right people who are trained with the right systems can really allow you to take a step away and focus on those lead generation tasks that are the bread and butter, the lifeblood of your business. And you can do that because you can trust those right people and right systems that you have in place. Now, I'm not getting into the how in this video on the lead gen and the right systems and people. That would take, the video would be too long. If you have questions on one of these specific categories, drop a comment below. I'll send you a video that dives in deeper into one of those. And don't be shy if you have questions. Text, call, email. We get calls all the time from people watching these videos asking questions. So drop a comment below or reach out to us. The third piece, being the lone wolf. This is one I struggled with early in my career before I really, was able to take off and make a change. Allowing others to help. The greatest athletes of all time in any sport, they have coaches, they have mentors, they have people guiding them and helping they can bounce all the ideas off of and learn from. In fact, the greatest athletes, they're learners. They're constantly trying to get better. It's the same thing in real estate. If you're not around others, mentors, coaches, groups, who can push you to get better, who you can bounce ideas off of to know when you're maybe taking a 6-month turn that's going to set you back 6 months versus keep you on the right track. Those mentors' ability to compress time are absolutely priceless and really add up when they start to compound year after year. That's how businesses of any sort, athletes, are able to make these huge jumps, because their ability to see things before they happen from their mentors and coaches is priceless. So if you have any questions at all, there's no obligation to a call, a meeting. Our team is built with these systems already set up. It's the systems we use every day, whether it's lead gen, pre-qualify, support staff, all that's there, right? If that's not for you, totally fine, but you just want to learn a little bit more about the lead gen, again, I have some videos I can send you, you can learn it on your own. But if you do want to have a call, no obligation. I'm always happy to talk. Let's make it a great day, great week, and have a strong start to the year in your real estate business.